Daf Hashavua, Moed Katan, Daf Zayin Amid Aleph. Hope everyone's doing well. So we left off Daf Vav Amid Beis. I finished off the middle of a sentence. It says we were speaking about that when you're trying to get rid of the Chayrei Nemalim, Machrivim Chayrei Nemalim. If you want to destroy a ant hole, and you want that they don't come back. So the Mishnah says that you put dirt from one ant hole to another one, and then they're chinkins as they strangle each other. And Abaya, Rav Yemer Bashlamya said in the name of Abaya, that's when they are on two sides of a river only, so that they don't recognize the dirt. There's no bridge. That there's still a connection, like a gamla, and there's no board instead of a bridge going across, with like a mitzvah or a very small little area that you need to cross over with a rope. Ad kama, but says Rashi, even when you have all those things, it still has to be far away. It can't just be two sides of a bridge and then ad kama ad parsa. It still has to be far away. The amount of a parsa. Tosfos learns a little bit differently, that it means if there is a bridge, it could still be, obviously at a certain point it could be far away from each other, it could be a parsa. Rabbi Vizok the Gemara Vayta Zayin Amanav Rabbi Yudaimer Misteo Ilin Gedarka Misteo Lovin Shloi Gedarka. When you're being sudden, when the Mishnah said on the Vavam Beis, when you're trapping these animals that the Mishnah speaks about, so you could do it kedarka the normal way, by a stei ilan, by a tree orchard field which has trees, stei alavan, and by a grain field shalai kedarka, not the regular way, because the trees, these animals will destroy the roots, and that'll be much worse. So you could do it the regular way, but a stei alavan you do it in the not regular way. It says Gemara Tana Rabbana, and we learned in a brayso, keitza kedarka. What's the regular way? Chayfer guma. You dig a hole, v'taylaba mitzuda, and you hang inside it a trap. Keitza shalei gedarka. What's the not normal way? Noit shvud. You take a hammer and you bang it in under the area where the animals go under in the hole. Umaka bekardum. Noit shvud. You put in a spit to the ground. Umaka bekardum, and you knock it with a hammer. Umirda adam mitachta, and you flatten the ground under it. Says Rashi, and it ends up crushing them. Tanya, we learned in a brayso. There's a different girsa here. In the Shiltis, it says instead of Rav Shimon Elazar, it says Rav Elazar ben Yaakov. Rav Elazar ben Yaakov, when we said you're allowed to trap in a stei lavan in a grain field shalei kedarka because it doesn't cause as much damage. Lo yom was stei lavan a smuch l'ir. That's only a stei lavan that was close to the city. But if it's a stei lavan that's so close to a sada ilan, so we know sada ilan it's very bad for it. You could do a kedarkai. If you look at kedarkai, then even in the stei lavan you could do kedarkai. Shemi yatzmi stei lavan yachrivo seilanis, because maybe it'll leave the stei lavan and go into the field of the ilanis. That was one of the questions on this week's Daf Hashavua Bechina. Umakrin is up here to really Amid Bahai. Umakrin is up here to b'moed. You're allowed to fix a fence that got a hole in it b'moed. Keitza makrin. How do you fill it up? Rabbi Yosef Omer. Rabbi Yosef Omar. Rabbi Yosef says, Behutza v'dafna, with branches of a hutza v'dafna, like palm branches, laurel branches. You fill it up. Amasi satana. And we learned another way to how to fix the branch, how to fix the hole. In a brayso, we learned that you fill it up with rocks, but you don't cement those rocks. You just fill it up. So therefore, and that'll stop. That'll put a hole in. That'll fill up the hole. That's only by a kaisel agina, by a garden, where the loss is not so bad. Aval kaisel achatzer, but if it's the kaisel of your chatzer, your courtyard where people coming in could just come into your house, into your place where you live, Baina Gedarka, there you could build the right way, because it's going to cause a tremendous loss. In such a case, says Rashi, by a kaisel gino lekab seidi yisera, if people come in, but a kaisel chatzer with his abseidi yisera, people are going to, ganavim are going to come in and steal your money. Lei Messiah, let's bring a raya to Rav Chisda. Let's keep in mind again. Rav Chisda said that if it's a kaisel chatzer, you're allowed to do it. You're allowed to fix the wall kedarka. Boina kedarka. You're allowed to build a wall. You're allowed to even build a wall. I'm sorry. Lema Messiah. Let's bring a raya to Rav Chisda. Kaisel. It says we learned in the Tosefta. If you have a wall that's falling down, it's leaning over into Rosh Hashanah, the wall of your chutzner. So you're allowed to break it down. You knock it down, ubayna, and rebuild it, kedarki, the normal way on Chol Moed. Ne'asakana, because it's a sakana for the people walking by in Rosh Hashanah. So you see, though, that the Tosefta is saying, like Rav Chisda, that if it's kaisel achatzer, if it's the kaisel of your chutzner, people could walk in and steal your things, then you could build a kedarka. So you see, he's right. And for the Gemara, that's not necessarily true, Zok the Gemara. Didn't you read the words in the Brisa? Why is the Brisa allowing you to build a Mnei Sakana? Because it's a sakana for people. Says the Gemara, so therefore it's not a right to Ravina that if it wouldn't be a sakana, you could build it. Vigadamri, and there are those that say a different way, that the Tashema that will that instead of bringing a raya to Rav Chisda and then uprooting the raya, we're asking a kasha on Ravina. We bring the brisa to ask a kasha on Rav Chisda. Toshema koisal geich Rosh Hashanah, if you have a wall that's leaning over Rosh Hashanah. Soisru baineh, you could break it and rebuild it kedarka the regular way, mipnei sakana, because it's sakana. So says Gemara, mipnei sakana in shalei mipnei sakana loy. See from the brisa kasha on Rav Chisda that it only allows you to build a Mipnei Sakana, but not Mipnei Sakana you can't. So you see, you can't build a wall on Chol Moed. And Leimatal Tiyufta Rav Chisda, let's say that's a refutation of Rav Chisda. Rav Chisda will say to you, Hasam Saisur Baina, Hacha Baina V'lei Saisur. No, there, the reason you really, the brisa is going like me. But over there, we're letting you knock it down for sakana. But rebuild it, that's for my reason, because people are going to steal. Hasam Saisur Ubayna. They're being Saisur, that's sakana. Ubayna, that's for my reason. Acha Bayna. According to me, you just Bayna. So basically, V'lai Saisur, you're not going to destroy. So let's just go over. The first Lashon in the Gemara, which was first bring a riot to Rav Chisda, said that you see you're allowed to build like Rav Chisda. Answers the Gemara, no, that's Mipnei Sakana. So we're holding in the first shot that the price is not going to Rav Chisda necessarily. In the second way we learned is that we tried to ask a kasha Ravina to say that you see that you could only build Mipnei Sakana, and Ravina answers, no, the price could go like me. The Seiser's Mipnei Sakana in the building is because of my reason that you, says Ravina, that you get Rav Chisda, that people are gonna steal your stuff. Frek the Gemara. Right? You're telling me that Rav Chisda says that the Brisa says that you could be Seiser Mipnei Sakana, Freklimar list of Livni, you should be Seiser and not build. Now right here is a little bit of a problem. Because if you go in the second Lashon of the Gemara, so we're saying that the Brisa is going like Rav Chisda. Rav Chisda is saying it's going like me. And you could destroy it because of Sakana, and rebuild it because people might come in and steal. Two separate reasons. So what's the Gemara's kasha here that the Gemara says, list of V'lei Livni, so knock it down and don't rebuild it. That's the whole vart. According to Rav Chisda, you're rebuilding it because people might steal. So there's different terutzim given here. I forgot who says it, but someone says that that this kasha could be going on the first lashon of the Gemara. The first lashon of the Gemara that says that the brisa is not going like Rav Chisda, because the brisa is only letting you destroy because of sakana. So and build because of sakana. That's the first lashon that the Gemara comes out that it's not necessarily like Rav Chista. So now the Gemara has a kasha. Wait a second. If the price is not like Reb Chista, and it's only letting you knock it down and build b'nei sakana, so list of v'lei livni, you should knock it down, but don't rebuild it. If we're not going to Reb Chista in the first lashon, so let them knock it down and don't rebuild it. Says Gemara, imkei mimna v'lei seiser. If you do that, you're going to hold back from knocking it down. The owner is going to say, I'm not knocking it down. So a guy from Rosh Hashanah might get hurt, but when I knock it down, people are going to come in and loot my house. Okay, mimna v'lei seiser. He's going to prevent himself from knocking it down, and therefore we let him rebuild it after he knocks it down. Amar Abashi Masisen Amidiko. We have a raya from the Mishnah like Rav Chista that it was only kaisal gina and not kaisal chotzer. Why? The Katan, because we learned in the Mishnah Ubashvius Baina Kedarkai, and in Shvius you could build the regular way. The Heichel. What's that talking about? Shvius. Ilay with the chotzer. If you're telling me that the Mishnah is talking about a kaisal chotzer on Shvius, that you could be Baina Kedarkai, which would prove that on Chol HaMoed you can't be Baina Kedarkai even by a chotzer. Even by a wall of a chutzner, which would be against Rav Chista, that can't be. Shrichel Meimar, because would we have to say that on Shvius you could build a wall for your chutzner? That's building a house. During Shvius Shemitah, the only thing you can't do is do work in the field. But if I want to build a gate for my house during Shvius on a regular Thursday afternoon, what's the problem? Shrichel Meimar. So when the Mishnah says it was Shvius, that on Shvius you could build Kedarkai, that can't be talking about a chutzner. Because that, of course, I can build. A lot of the Gina must be talking about a garden, so it's teaching us that you could even build on Shvius a wall for a garden the regular way. So what? I'm sorry, and you're allowed to do it on Shvius, even though it looks like you're building a fence in order to watch your peiros, which you shouldn't do on Shvius, right? So, but still, the Mishnah says you could do it, even though it looks like that. Shema Aminos, we have a right to Reb Chista, then what? We have a raya to Reb Chista that the Mishnah is only speaking about kaisel gina, but kaisel chotzer it's not speaking about. Thank you for listening.